Welcome back, folks, to the random video blog where every single Thursday I, Graham G.S. Matthews, run down my rambling thoughts in the wrestling world, share a few stories, etc., etc. Today we're talking my experience at WWE Hell in a Cell from this past Sunday, October 30th, 2016. Just a great day. Not only the event itself, but I'll throw the videos up at some point here in the channel, the videos I took at the show. But not only the event itself, but the entire day, essentially. Starting from the morning, because I know one of you guys, Amanda450 Splash, shout out to her. She let me know on the Twitter machine. Had she not told me, I probably would have never known. And then I would have found out via Twitter that day, and I would have been pissed because I couldn't go or I didn't hear about it. So first of all, shout out to Amanda450 Splash to letting me know several weeks ago that Kevin Owens would be doing an autograph signing at a Boston Barnes & Noble the day of Hell in a Cell. Now, RJ got our tickets late August, right after SummerSlam, so we had already known that we were going for 2 months. As soon as he told me 5 months ago that they were going to be in Boston for Hell in a Cell, back in fucking May, I was pumped, so I knew I was going for months. But we officially got the tickets in August, but I did not know that Owens was doing an autograph signing up until a couple weeks ago. So as soon as I heard that, I said, I gotta go. Originally, it was supposed to be at 11, and it was at 11, but then RJ told me that you had to get there at 8 to buy the book, so I got there super early. I left my dorm at I woke up at 6:15 without getting a wink of sleep the night before. So, woke up at 6:15, left here at 7:15, or a little before 7, got to the train station in time at 7:30 to catch a 7:30 train, got into Boston at 8:10 or something like that. Took an Uber from here to the train station. Train into Boston, another Uber from the train station to the Barnes & Noble. Got there at 8:30. I thought it was late. I thought I wouldn't make it. Got there so early that barely a handful of people were there. And you just had to buy the book. So what you had to do was that you had to buy the WWE Encyclopedia that they were selling. It's like $50. It's a lot of money. Obviously, it's a huge book, which doesn't surprise me. But it's really a steal of a deal, if you think about it. Because I know people that went to the autograph signings last year at SummerSlam weekend, and to me, Kevin Owens there, Seth Rollins, all these other guys and girls, was fucking $100. And that's not including the money that it takes to get there. Boston, I'm in the area. It's a lot closer than Brooklyn would be if I went to SummerSlam, did that whole thing this past year, which I did not. So you get the book for $50, and you get a picture with Kevin Owens, you get to meet Kevin Owens, and you get to have something signed by Kevin Owens, all for $50. So really a steal of a deal. So it was pretty fucking cool. So anyway, I got there at 8:30, bought the book, and waited in line for almost 2.5, 3 hours. And I got there so early, I was able to sit down for a while. I read the book for a little while, so I had something to do. Met KO, so fucking cool. One of the coolest guys. I'll probably use that picture of us as the thumbnail for this video. But I could tell even before I approached him, I had a huge smile on my face because I could tell that he was really in a good mood and that he was just great with fans. He's great with kids. So I got up to him. I got up to him and I was really nervous about what to say. I kept on saying in my head, family, debut promo, attitude. The three things I wanted to touch upon. The fact that I loved his debut promo with John Cena. The whole fact that he's been doing this for 15 years. And his Canadian accent and everything, that was great. So I loved his debut. I told him I loved his positive attitude. And the fact that I loved the fact that he's a great family guy. He's an awesome father. I told him that too. So I was able to talk to him for like 30 seconds. Got a picture with him. It came out great. So shout out to the woman that was taking the picture for us. And like I said, so he signed the book for me. And you could have had him sign the page that he was on, but I said, fuck it. You know, no one will ever see it. I think it's just a lot easier if he signs the front page of the book. So he signed it right there, 2 Graham, KO, number 1, whatever. So he was really cool. And he also gave me shit for my Seth Rollins phone case, too, which I figured he would. He saw it. I had the redesign, rebuild, reclaim phone case. So that was pretty funny. But yeah, great experience meeting him. I was hanging out at the mall for a little while. Got to meet some people from some followers of mine on Twitter, at Concar89. Shout out to him. Shout out to at HardyCatFan on Twitter as well. 179, I believe her username is. Great talking to those folks at the Barnes & Noble before the show. Hung out with RJ and his girlfriend for a few hours before the show. Got to the arena. Hell in the Cell, like I said on hashtag AskJSM this past week. Not the greatest event I've ever been to. That's saying a lot, though. Or not saying much, rather, just because I've been to so many shows, especially in the last year, from TLC, Extreme Rules, TakeOver Brooklyn, Raw after SummerSlam, SummerSlam itself, All-Star Extravaganza, Ring of Honor. I've been to a lot of shows in the past year. SummerSlam 2015. So it's really hard to say that that was the best one of all time, but it was still a really good event. I thought a lot of good wrestling. I thought the best match of the night, in my opinion, was the women's main event. I thought it was a great match. I wouldn't argue with people that said that Rollins and Owens had the match of the night, but I thought that was a great match too. Really cool seeing the Hell in a Cell for the first time. The undercard matches weren't really all that stellar. I loved seeing Bayley as always, but her match was really just kind of whatever. So that really wasn't anything special. Club and Enzo and Cass, whatever. I love seeing Kendrick win the belt. I got a good clip of that for YouTube. I took a video of that. That'll be up here on the channel at some point. I still have to upload all the fucking videos from SummerSlam weekend. I uploaded the TakeOver ones, which have gotten a lot of hits, but I've yet to upload the videos I took at SummerSlam and the Raw after. So those will be up at some point, I promise. I know it's like 3 months late, but they will be up at some point. But yeah, I enjoyed Kendrick and Perkins. Decent match, and no one cared, but I liked seeing the title change. What else? There was another undercard match. New Day and Cesaro and Sheamus was good. Shitty finish, but a good match. The opening cell match between Reigns and Rusev, that was really good. Exceeded expectations. Not great, but still a really good match. Owens and Rollins, great match. 2 thumbs up for that one. And the main event I thought was stellar too. Bit of a flat finish. I said this on Twitter, but it was really depressing walking out of the arena after Charlotte won. Not the finish I would have gone with, but still a great match. Historic. Really honored to have been there for the first ever women's main event in pay-per-view WWE history. So that was really fucking cool. And first ever WWE pay-per-view history. But yeah, just a really good night. So I left after that, got back here at my dorm at like 12:30. So really a good show. Thanks to RJ and his girlfriend, as I said in hashtag AskGSM this past Monday, for taking me along. I appreciate the experience. We also went to some Rise of the Jack-o'-lanterns thing, which I took a lot of pictures at. Those are up on my Facebook too, and on Twitter, and my personal Twitter. Check those out. But yeah, just a really good day. And also wore my Macho Man costume too. To at some points throughout the day, because I knew Halloween was the next day. I did not go out on Halloween. I stayed around here, which was great. I was able to watch Ghostbusters. But I also bought this shirt too, the Kevin Owens Show T-shirt. I know RJ was a bit disappointed that I did not buy the Jericho shirt. I was thinking about buying the Booty-O shirt, the Halloween one, but I'm like, you know what? After the day that I just had with meeting Kevin Owens, taking a picture with Kevin Owens, having him sign my book, I'd really be remiss if I didn't buy this shirt. And I wanted to buy the shirt anyway, or 2 anyway. So I figured it was fitting. So I love this shirt. It's my second Kevin Owens shirt. He's a great dude. If you have the experience or the opportunity to go meet him, absolutely take it. The guy's phenomenal. So from here, what event is next? I know, like I said, this year has been probably the greatest year for wrestling events I've ever had. I know 2015 was amazing. From TLC, SummerSlam, TakeOver, TNA. This year might have 2015 beat, like I said, from Extreme Rules, SummerSlam, TakeOver, a Raw, a SmackDown, 2 NXT live events, All-Star Extravaganza, my first ever Ring of Honor pay-per-view, and now Hell in a Cell, and a number of other indie events, meeting a whole slew of wrestlers. But now we look forward to NXT Boston, which I'll also talk about. Actually, I don't know if I'll talk about here in the video blog, just because the show is on a Thursday, and I put the videos up on a Thursday, so it would be a whole week in between I'd be able to talk about my experience. And then the following Thursday would be Thanksgiving anyway, so we'll see. But regardless, guys, I appreciate your time. Thanks for checking out the video blog. I don't know if I'll do one of these for NXT Boston. Probably not. I'll probably just talk about it on Wrestle Rant Radio. So that's what's coming down the pike for the next shows that I will be at in 2.5 weeks. NXT Boston, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, WrestleMania. If not a live event in between then, but hopefully WrestleMania 33, my first ever WrestleMania. Been to a lot of pay-per-views, TNA shows, Ring of Honor shows, CZW, Northeast Wrestling, next New England Championship Wrestling, all this other kind of stuff, but never a WrestleMania. So hopefully at some point I will be in attendance for WrestleMania. Fingers crossed, like I said, next year. So anyway, guys, in short, great experience at Hell in a Cell this past Sunday. Once again, a huge shout out to RJ and his girlfriend Molly for bringing me along for a great ride, for a great day in Boston and Beantown. I will be back there in Beantown for NXT Boston in a few weeks. And in the meantime, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it. We're quickly closing in on 1,000 subscribers. So the more subscribers we have, the closer we get to that amazing milestone. I'll probably do something special for it. What it is, I have no idea, but we'll see as it quickly approaches. But anyway, guys, I appreciate your support. Have a great weekend. I'm Graham G.S. Matthews, and I'll catch you folks down the road.